We should always try to not only think, say, do, and become by ourselves with the help of our own abilities, talents, circumstances, educations, means, or whatever we have and whatever we don't. Still, we must depend upon all that. We must not seek help, assistance for the others, or create any dependency, need, expectation with the others, but because that leads to pain and uncertainty and betrayal, anyways, from the modern people in one or another, but also whatever we are going to become or we're not going to become, we must stand upon our own feet without any help, without any assistance. And even if we are walking upon fire, even if we're having to walk upon spikes and rocks and knives, then we must walk alone. We must walk by ourselves, because taking help, taking assistance, suggestion from others means creating a dependency, need, expectation that can neither be fulfilled nor can that be basically sealed or removed anytime soon by anyone or anything in the world, because love is exploitation. Modern relationship is pretense, control, obligation, formality, anyways, in one or another. That's why they're not really real anymore. That's why these relationships do not really feel like relationships and love and understanding and empathy, but rather they feel and appear to be like performances and obligations and formalities of conditions, etc. And it's about polarity competition, and that's why they don't last. They collapse, they fall on their own in one or another. So definitely, whatever we are given by the others, whatever the society and others and institutions provide us with in exchange for our service and ask for help, etc., we are having to give a lot of things away from. So we are having to make consistent compromises to keep the validation, relationship, or communication alive with them. And a lot of things will also be exploited and stolen away from us if certain things are given to us by society, by the others. And that is the law. That is the fundamental principle upon which everything works. And that's why love is now a lie, and emotion is exploitation, and relationships are formalities and performances and pretenses, anyways, alongside ignorance and facades. That's why they don't work. That's why another lesson we can learn is that we must try to be as little or as less emotional feeling as we possibly can be, and we must be prioritizing reasonable behavior and authentic attitude and wise mindset and action. It's about being wise, intelligent, reasonable, rational as much as we can, and in our action, behavior, habit that can prevent suffering, that can lead to some kind of harmony or self-knowledge or self-respect. Because it's not about happiness, it's about preventing pain, it's about being reasonable and not suffering because of the other's judgment